This year we wanted to just kind of give you a treat, and Derek was nice enough to volunteer to come in to talk to you on behalf of Disney and the IISA and tell you a little bit about his experience through starting off as an inline skater and ending up winning gold. Let's see, there was a gold medalist in the 1500 meters in the 2002 Olympics and a silver medalist in the 5,000 meters. Is that right? I'm sure Derek knows this already, how proud those of us in the inline community are of him, that he got his start there. And so we just wanted to welcome him, and hopefully it'll be a nice treat for you to hear about not only what it's like for someone to start off and end up being an Olympic athlete, but also how it's just an inline marathon skating is kind of our own little way of getting a snapshot of that in our own personal way. So thank you.
I haven't seen him until the end, so I believe people are good in nature. They're not going to walk away with this. Plus, it might not get very far. They're pretty heavy. Yeah, you put it on if you want. Put it on, take a picture, whatever. Just don't put it in your pocket. Yeah, just be careful. It might chip a tooth or something. Those things are really heavyweight. You see them. But I have one comment for Disney. You can tell them they're about 10 years too late, because I used to like the marathons, but now not so much anymore. And I would have liked to come and skate here. I heard the event was really good yesterday. I talked to Chad Hedrick this morning. He said it was a good course and really enjoyed it. And lucky that it didn't rain during the race.
A little colder, we could have had ice.
Yeah, maybe. I might have come out then, maybe. But today I'm here to just kind of talk to you about a little bit about my story, and I'm not sure if many of you know about how I got started in roller skating, but where you did recognize me probably is at the Olympics, on television, and realizing my dream. And that race pretty much didn't come true for me. But I've been preparing for that moment for most of my life. I started out roller skating when I was 14 in San Bernardino, California. And I just basically got into the sport because it was so much fun. I had a good time. My older brother actually went before I did. He said it was a lot of fun. He met some girls there. And as a 14-year-old kid, that's what kids are into, or guys are into. And I begged him to take me, and he finally took me. Had a great time, started speed skating right away, actually racing for Coke tickets. My parents were divorced, my dad didn't have a lot of money. The admission was $3.75, my dad gave us $4 to get in. So after one video game, I was done, I was broke. And every evening session there was a 2-lap race for each age group. Winner got a free Coke ticket, and that was for me. That's how I got basically started in skating, in speed skating. I noticed that people that were beating me actually had better skates than I did, so I started mowing lawns and had a paper route and saved lunch money and got my first pair of speed skates. And got better and better, and pretty soon I had a stack about that thick, of Coke tickets, and I was the most popular guy there, with the girls anyway, because I was like, hi, I'll buy you a Coke, come to the snack bar, and it's on me. And I had a lot of fun with it though. I still enjoyed racing, enjoyed the people, meeting new people, and I pretty much lived in a predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhood, and the rink was on the other side of town, the other side of the tracks, literally. And it was a new group of people for me. But I enjoyed meeting them and learning new things, and kind of knowing that kids out there, no matter who they were, Asian, American, Indian, whatever, were just like me and loved to skate. So at that time, the coach, or the actual manager of the roller skating rink, who was a coach, asked me to come speed skate, and I said that's what I thought I was doing. They actually informed me that I could travel around regional competitions. If I got good enough, I can go to nationals, and if I got even better, I'd be able to go around the world and race against people my age and race for my country. And I think that's when I first started to realize my Olympic dream is wanting to represent my country. So I got into it and started skating, and did okay, went to national events, so-so. Indoors wasn't my best forte, I should say. I actually won about 3 or 4 world titles outdoors before I actually ever even placed indoors. It was just different for me. The turns were hard for me, skating on small turns, and I really liked kind of the open road. And I actually moved away when I was 17 years old and went to Florida to live with a coach, Virgil Dooley, who's no longer coaching, but at the time was bringing in kids to live in his house and pay $15 a week for rent and teach them how to train, because he was so passionate about the sport. And I did that. I graduated high school early, moved away from home, started skating. and actually made the U.S. team from 1989 to 1996 when I retired. In that time I won 18 world titles, and actually was, at the time, the most decorated athlete of the sport. But I guess the thing that kind of threw me over to the ice was in '95, I went to the Pan Am Games in Argentina and was the most decorated athlete of all sports there. And the year before, Casey Boudier, who is also skating the Olympics in '94 and in '98 and now in 2002, was an inline skater who crossed over and did quite well, made the '94 team. And over the summers between '94 and '95, '96, we were on the same racing team on inline skates, Team Rollerblade, and actually I was on Team Hyper for a while. And he kept telling me, hey, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. Maybe you can do good at it. I did pretty good. And you're better. You look better technically than I do. Maybe for an ice skater, why don't you try it? I was doing well on inlines. Didn't really think about going over until after '95 when I had that first taste of Olympic experience. Because '95 Pan Am Games, or the Pan Am Games in general, are the second biggest summer sporting event to the Summer Olympics. And it was, like I said, my first taste of an event like that. So in '96, I was hoping that the games would get into, the roller skating would get into the Atlanta Games. It didn't happen, and I had to make a choice. I was 26 at the time. I was getting younger. I had pretty much won everything I could at the World Championship level of inline skating. And there was a big boom in roller skating around the U.S. with races here and there, but I had that dream of just to be an Olympic team at the time. So I went into ice skating. I went into Milwaukee, Wisconsin, moved there. My wife and I moved there, and I struggled for the next season and a half trying to make an Olympic team. But in '98, I actually made the team by U.S. standards, went to Japan, and unfortunately the night before I was supposed to race, I was told I wasn't going to be able to race because there was an entry mix-up. And one of the skaters from the country of Kazakhstan, which was formerly Soviet Union, had entered in the wrong entry list. There's an entry list and a reserve list. And the ranked skaters, the top 32 in the world, are entered in the entry list, and the ones that are 33 below are entered in the reserve list. But he had entered wrong, so when I found out, so I went from 32 in the world, which was just the cut, to 33. And I pretty much went from an athlete to a spectator in one stroke with a pin. That was really hard for me to take because I had given up so much. I'd actually given up a salary through Team Rollerblade. I was helping run a roller rink in Delaware with my coach Virgil and his wife. My wife and I had to pick up and move again. She switched schools, so it was really hard. We had some hard times financially, and I thought, here I'm living my dreams, and it was kind of taken away at one point. But I tried to just kind of get into the Olympics through the lives of my